Greetings, YouTube. You are joining me as I pause the screen on the last 10% of the final variant number 5 boss, Venom, against my Venom, in honor of Mama Bear and her continued understandable crush on Tom Hardy. Yes, I know I'm incredibly late to the party, but I was teaching all week in a pandemic, and I gotta tell you, I normally don't get stressed when I teach. But this week, if it's any indication, it's going to be unlike any semester, of course, ever, because at any point, plans can change. Students can email you saying they can't make it to class, can't take attendance, etc. So we're all doing the best we can. So this isn't going to be like here's a guide on how to never die, because you've watched me. I die all the time. But I will say this. I've only used 2 level 1 revives since the first path. Now, we'll get to the first path and why your boy made it as hard on himself as humanly possible, because apparently I am my own masochist. But there you have it. Venom took down Venom. And if you think, well, is this really the first time that he has completed it? Well, let's just say this screen should let you know that it is. Because just like that, we've got the completion rewards and that super juicy 5-star rank up gem used to increase 5-star champions rank from 4 to 5 to open. We also have 10,000 5-star shards, and suddenly I'm back up to 6,000 6-star shards, which is pretty cool. I'm also really digging these generics rank 2 to rank 3 gems and the units. So, I want to just touch on what I did. Because, like any of you, I went to YouTube and I mainly followed the guides. Primarily Seaton, though I didn't follow everything about his. I want to start off by saying that if you want to do the opposite of what I did, that is a good idea. Because in the first path, I just decided, I'm just going to jump in. I don't mind fighting Colossus or Red Hulk or Man-Thing. And then I got here to this guy. All immunities, Bane, and that brand new wonderful shock buff that he got from the beta test boost. I promise you it took me no less than 8 level 1 revives to get past this guy. Because as soon as I'd start doing damage, I'd die from shock. Oh, by the way, I'd also die from Bane. There were a couple of revives that I think I didn't even breathe on him. I just straight died. So I went into variant number 5 thinking, I don't know why people are saying this is so easy. Man, I know that I'm not the best fighter, but now I feel like I just really, really suck. Well, it turns out I took on arguably the hardest path first. So at least you're getting it out of the way, right? So from that point, it became kind of like comically easier. And what I really prided myself on, I think it's going to be the title of this video, was falling back in love with Ghost Rider. This guy saved me so many potions, so many revives, so many units, because I got to tell you, he is somebody that really, really, really has amazing regen. And then the nullify aspects and building up so much of his judgments. I usually use Ghost Rider with Blade. And I tend to say, even in videos when I talk about rank ups, I'd rank up Ghost Rider, but really if I only had Blade. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back against that dumb statement that I made because I didn't have Blade for this, and I didn't need him. Ghost Rider is so fun, and to all the haters of Ghost Rider who've told me that he's past his prime, he's not very good, he's overrated, he doesn't need to be taken to rank 5, or his signature ability is worthless. I have a lot of saved units that I feel like proved you wrong in this case. Now, I know it's just a completion run, and there's going to be a lot worse fights to do for the exploration. I am not naive enough to think that that is not the case. I do want to point out that in this second to last path, I took the Quake path. So yes, I was beating up my bae. It made me feel very guilty. But I don't know about you. I just want to say, even though I didn't have to use any revives ultimately, because I would just use other champions when I would get knocked out. I am still so bad at fighting Yondu, fighting Electra, and then, not to be outdone on the final path. And I would like to think there's somebody out there who struggles like me, and it's just nice to hear that somebody else struggles. It's in like I can't believe how many years I've fought against these champions and I still suck. I have problems with War Machine. Every once in a while, I just won't dex the special 2 correctly, and I'll instantly die, and I'll think, wow, you look like an idiot. Howard the Suck, if I get him to a special 2, I'm pretty much dead. This guy, though, if I could say non-family friendly words to this guy, I would. I have lost more times to this guy than anybody on YouTube. I feel like he is my kryptonite in so many ways. Even when I don't parry for the reflective damage and stun, I'm just terrible against him. I'm terrible against him, and there's just no denying it. I'm not even going to stun. But what's really exciting for me, and yes, I do want to point out that I had a ton of overflow in boosts. So you can see if you click on my name, I did use a 30% boost to finish off the path. I actually technically used 2, but I only needed that last one for Venom because it expired. But I had all of these team potions, all of these level 1 revives I thought I'd use, and I guess I can start doing some exploration and use them. But I still got 4 of the 6 30% boosts in overflow, and as you can see, still so much energy and revives. So enough of that. Now we are going to open our rank up gym. And I don't even know what class I want. So let's just see what happens once it lands. Let's just tap the screen and see who we can even use it on. Bunch of mutant in the real, bunch of mutant in the real. And I always get science. Now, this is going to kind of turn into a question for the community, because you see, one of the champions that I was tempted to rank up, because I've been pairing him with Human Torch lately, especially in the Friday Herald difficulty, and it has been a great decision, is Mr. Thing. And we can now see at the bottom of the screen that brand new rank up gym that I've had for like 30 seconds can use his rank up opportunity. So, should I use it on Thing? Should I use it on somebody else? Keep in mind, my only rank 3 champion right now, thanks to the Abyss completion, is indeed Human Torch, which, isn't it interesting that Human Torch becomes the face of my profile when I use that 30% plus champion boost, but then once it expires, Dr. Doom, by the smallest of PI, goes back to being my top champ. Well, I fell back in love with Ghost Rider. I really enjoyed the completion run. Huge shout out to the great, and I do mean great, Seaton for his guide, and everybody else that gave me tips, my man Triumphant included. It's nice to just put aside a Saturday, and it took me about an hour and 10 minutes to do all of the completion paths after the first chapter of the first, fight. In fact, I think it probably took me 25 minutes to do that first path, and then an hour and 10 to do the rest. So like I said, I got the most difficult part out of the way. But you know what I like to do on my channel? I like to not stretch out videos to 10 minutes if possible. Not that I'm judging people who do that. I just, I know you got places to be and it's not worth double ads. So we're going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And as always, good luck in all of your fights in Marvel Casino of Champions.